Hello everyone, it's the Canadian Wi-Fi here. Today I have a battle against Kiyo, also known as Gotta Go Kiyo, or Kiyo 392, also known as I think the tier leader and never used. What a joke that is, right? Anyway, today I have a pair of battles against him. This first one is going to be a PU battle. Yes, I have one PU team and it's this one, and I think I just replaced... Oh, was there a water type that got banned like in the last year? Because I think somebody gave me this team and I just replaced that banned water type with a crow duck, aka Suicune, just in a Golduck's body. It's pretty bad. Looking at Kiyo's team, I don't know, he has a bowl. I don't really like Stunfisk. Every time I face Stunfisk I always end up doing poorly. I guess I should really kind of preface this by saying, hi, I still upload Pokemon, I still play it. Like, ever since I got laid off from my 2 jobs at the end of June, so like July 1st up until now, which today is August 1st, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon actually, like a decent fair share. Like most nights I'll actually go online and play some Showdown, which is unorthodox. I'm not used to that. It's like, what the hell's going on? Anyway, today he's going to lead off with Flat Fish thing. I'm going to call mine in case he wants to go for like an Earth Power Discharge right away. Then we both exchange rocks. I get encored into Stealth Rock by his Kadabra, so my immediate switch into his Kadabra is my Scarfed Mr. Mime, which immediately gets Thunder Waved. Luckily, I do not get confused. I don't know why I didn't go for Dazzling Gleam. Like, are you bad, Richard? How long have you been away from this game for that you know a Stab Dazzling Gleam wouldn't 2-hit KO that, but Stab Psychic wouldn't? Like, huh? You know what, the Clefairy, at this point, I don't really care if I get encored into Soft Boiled, I just don't want to be dead, so he's going to encore me in, I'm going to be back up at full, and then I'm like, oh, I still need to sack something, so that entire series of plays was completely useless. Let's just go to Mr. Mime, fodder it off, and go from there. So at this point, I have to think, what do I want to beat this Kadabra with? AKA, what do I want to get paralyzed? Because he's going to click the best move, not Psychic. So I end up getting paralyzed. Clefairy kills it off. That's fine. I'm going to go to my Rose against his Rose. Sludge Bomb does a decent number to the point where I kind of want to recover, because if he just goes for 3 Sludge Bombs, I would die. So now that I'm at a nice healthy amount of hit points, I can go for a Spike safely, whether he wants to switch or not. Speaking of switching, I'm going to switch, and he clicks Pursuit. Like, hello? Is that even a move they run? I'm going to get to go into my Mischievous for free, and at this point just fire off a free Will-O-Wisp. Unfortunately, I'm stupid, and I go for Taunt. Do I even have Willow on this set? I don't know. I do. I don't know why I didn't Willow turn 1. Whatever. I taunt. Oh, maybe I taunted in case he went right to Roselia to prevent it from getting up spikes. Maybe I'm better than I think I am. Anyway, at this point, I'm going to burn his Roselia, and then he switches out as I go for a Hex. It's fine, because I'm pretty sure Mischievous can just chew this hit, because it's a Mischievous. I'm going to be able to burn his Zeb Strika, which might be the worst special attacker in the history of the world. Like, it's just a bad Pokemon. I really, I want to like it, but it just genuinely is a bad Pokemon. I used it in Black and White 1. I'm sure a lot of people used it in Black and White 1 during their initial playthrough of that game. Terrible Pokemon. It's fast, but in-game you don't need to be fast. You just need to hit hard, and it did not hit hard. It tries to be a mixed attacker, and it's just bad on both fronts, and it has terrible coverage moves, and just, ugh. Anyway, at this point, looking at his team, hey, what do you have for Stoutland, you idiot? Mischievous isn't a switch-in to Stoutland, actually, because I have a cool ability called Scrappy. So, at this point, I can just fire off Choice Banded Frustrations over and over and over. His only play is to try to get the Paralysis with his Stunfisk. Luckily, I am graced with God's heavens, and I avoid the 30% chance both times. He's going to go to Boufflant. I don't think I can kill it from here, so I'm just going to sack my Clefairy. And by sack my Clefairy, I meant try to switch into my Clefairy, and miraculously live 2 hits. So I think that Moonblast actually does put him into range, but at this point, I decide to be cute, and I go out to Golduck, because someone in the Skype call is asking, hey, what's your Golduck set? And I'm like, see, look, it's Croduck, it's really cool. And then Kiyo called me bad, and then Kiyo forfeits, and Wild Chase for Dress ends up winning the battle. So this is just a quickie. I have another game coming up right after this, which, I mean, we might as well just get right into. I have like 20 seconds here on the timeline for me to talk about what just happened, but you saw what just happened. It was just a PU game. Does anyone really even play PU? Anyway, let's get into the second team now. So looking at the second team, this is an NU battle. There once again is a Mr. Mime and a Stunfisk on the screen. Isn't that weird? And a Clefairy. My team is garbage. My team is back when I had this huge fetish for Hippo Balance in OU, back when Hippo Balance was a big thing. And that's what I tried to build in NU. We got Specially Defensive Hippopotas, whatever. We've got Chespin instead of Ferrothorn. We've got Physically Defensive Taunt Samurott. Just standard Clefable. We have Taunt Will-O-Wisp specially defensive Calm Mag Mortar, which is supposed to be Heatran, and then in the last slot we have a Sand Slash, which is max attack with the Rapid Spin to control hazards just a little bit. I'm going to lead off with Samurott in case he wanted to lead with Archeops. He leads Mime. I'm just going to knock him off. Go to Magmortar as he ends up stealing my leftovers, which is pretty rude. And instead of killing with Flamethrower, I figured he might want to switch, seeing that Psychic did nothing. So I'm going to stay in here, go for a Willow. Unfortunately, all that allows him to do is get off like 35% extra damage on my Magmortar. He misses a Hydro Pump, which is pretty comical. It allows me to burn his Floatzel. Does he not have the ability? Oh, I guess he has Swift Swim. That's strange. Is that a standard thing on Floatzel? I would have assumed they all ran Water Veil. Anyway, I don't really like the fact that he went right into Stunfisk on my switch to Clefairy. Why did I T-Bolt that? I'm not quite sure what that play was. I go to Hippopotas because I want some Toxic on this. This thing's gonna be really hard to kill. I think I actually go for Rocks here as well. After the Hippopotas gets burned by the Scald, I think I want to go for I want to say I go for Rocks. Yeah, yep. Stealth Rock are the most important move in the game, so I'm just gonna go straight for them blindly. As he's gonna go for a Calm Mind, or at the very least a setup move with his Mega Audino. I think I have Whirlwind on this, or do I have Toxic? I guess I have Toxic over Whirlwind. So the fact that he has now set up a little bit has got me a little worried. So I'm gonna go straight out into my Chespin. Unfortunately, did I call this Chespin? I meant Quilladin, but it doesn't matter. Gonna go for Synthesis while the sand is up, which is a great play, to be completely honest. But if I didn't do that, I would have died. So he's going to end up resting, he's going to Sleep Talk a rest, and I'm just going to roar him on out into his Archeops, gets rid of the boosted threat in front of me, which is fantastic. Quilladin just straight lives the acrobatics from an Archeops, which allows me to get a layer of Spike, which is going to come in handy trying to wear down the Vileplume and the Stunfisk and such things like that later. Unfortunately, he has Defog Archeops. I'm just going to use this opportunity, I guess, to shoot out a Thunder Wave onto the field. I'm going to go for a Calm Mind with my Clefairy. I feel like I paralyzed this. As you can see, at +1 it only does 45%, and I'm going to be able to get a para off on the Vileplume, which means I now probably beat Vileplume one-on-one because I can just soft build till he gets parried and then lower his special attack, which is fantastic, and then of course just boost even more so that he does even less damage. Gonna fodder Hippopotas here. I believe the reason I switched in Hippopotas is to get the sand up so that it not only whittles away the Floatzel a little bit with Life Orb and Burn and Sandstorm, but it also so that I can go out into my Sand Slash immediately after and threaten him. I'm gonna go for a Swords Dance because I'm figuring, you know, he's gonna be scared out. Maybe he wants to save his Floatzel, doesn't want to take an Earthquake. He has an Archeops to switch into, but no, unfortunately I misplay that one a little bit, and I'm down to just Samurott and Clefairy. Gonna go for a knockoff because I'm pretty sure once again he's gonna switch, and even if he doesn't, it at least kills. So goes to Archeops, and the combination of knockoff and Scald is going to kill. At this point, Mega Audino comes out. I'm gonna go for a taunt, preventing it from going for Sleep Talk, which is fantastic. And on top of that, just in general, preventing it from doing any tomfoolery, such as resting or setting up or being any good at all. He's gonna go Clefairy, no, okay. Calm down here. I go to Clefairy, he goes to Vileplume. I get up +1, and looking at the remaining Pokemon, Floatzel dies to burn if he switches it in. Mega Audino loses maybe one-on-one. Yeah, probably loses to Clefairy one-on-one. Moonblast is a little bit strong, and I don't know, he probably could have PP stalled me with that. Basically, we were in Skype call, and I beat Kiyo twice, so get blopped. That's going to be an NU and PU battle. I actually, like I've mentioned, have been playing a little bit more Pokemon, so I guess look for Pokemon on the channel. Like, I don't want to make it a big thing. It'll still be rare, but yeah, don't expect it to go away at all, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, because I've been dabbling in OU. I've built like a couple dozen OU teams since I came back, and some of them are garbage, all of them are garbage. Built one or two okay ones, so expect maybe some uploads with that. Expect not much else. But yeah, we'll see how she goes from here. I hope you guys enjoyed this one nonetheless. Maybe a little bit of an old school feel to it. Who knows? And hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. Take it easy, guys. Peace.